How are you doing today? Guess what time it is? Time for the taco homies. As you know, Dustin Plates, Mango Asan.
It's time.
Today, what did we just hear on the news?
The White House.
The White House.
Hopefully by now, by the time you're watching this, hopefully you heard something about what's going on in the White House.
Yeah.
Bomb threats.
Boom boom threat.
And what did they do?
No, it's not what did they do.
It's what didn't they do.
It's what they did not do.
They evacuated the building. Which, okay, it's a bomb threat. Evacuate the building.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what they're supposed to do. Good
Yeah.
job. But they forgot somebody.
They forgot somebody.
They left somebody in there.
Who can that person be? Let's see.
It was kind of like, one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you who. Your president.
Barack Obama.
They left him in the building.
They left him in the bomb threats.
The police had to evacuate a hearing on Capitol Hill, but one huge question remains. Why did the Secret Service not move the president? Also in national, two...
Because he's a nigga!
After this segment that I was recording as we were getting the camera angles, because that's what I got to do. I got to record for 5 seconds, 10 seconds and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. But my whole thing is this. I didn't really catch all the details. Did the president even know? I mean, because it seems like if I'm the president and I'm in the White House and they're like, yo, there's a bomb threat, I'm going to make sure I get myself out.
Yeah.
Nobody's got to come get me. I'm out.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, did they even tell the dude that there was a bomb?
I don't think anybody... Are you going to go get him? Fuck him! So, today's show. What are we going to talk about first, my man? I mean...
I want to talk about Raw on Monday.
You know what? I didn't see a whole lot of Raw, but I did see some parts.
I really like it.
It wasn't a good show?
It wasn't very good at all. The big thing I want to talk about when it comes to WWE, and we mentioned it in our very first show, but we haven't talked about it a whole lot. Where the fuck is Sting at?
Yo, where is Sting? I was watching last night. No lie, I was watching. What was the pay-per-view there? From '89, Chicago Heat or something.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyway, just watching his match against Hacksaw Butch Reed. He's a natural Butch Reed or whatever. But yeah, I was thinking last night, where the fuck is this dude, man?
Like, where the hell is Sting at? We talked about it a whole lot when we did our first episode. We talked about it coming up to WrestleMania, and I was thrilled that he showed up on Raw the next day. But I haven't seen him since, and I'm starting to wonder, okay, what's he doing? Is he going to be like The Undertaker now and just show up on WrestleMania? Because that's exactly the kind of stuff I don't like.
No.
And as it stands right now, he has yet to win a match in the WWE.
He's 0-1. Check this out, though. He seriously looked good at WrestleMania.
He had a great match.
He had a very good match.
I'm not doubting that. That match was amazing.
I'm thinking, I'd like to see more of that.
Mm-hmm.
You were in TNA burning it up, brother. You're not that old. Believe me.
Yeah, so I wonder, I wasn't expecting him to come through and do matches every night.
No, absolutely.
But I thought, at least show up at the pay-per-views.
Yeah,
and it just hit me like, we just had 2 pay-per-views in May, and he wasn't at either one of them. And that's what really made me start thinking, like, where is Sting? He really just disappeared. Mm-hmm. He fell off, and I'm kind of like, dude, this is exactly what we said we wasn't a fan of. And I'm the kind of man where I'm like, if you really like the dude, root for him. And I really hope that people that root for Sting want to root for Sting no matter what I say. But my whole thing is, what's the point?
I don't see any point in coming back to I was hoping, like we talked about, the match went to a double disqualification. It would have brought it would kind of ease you a little bit more, you know what I mean?
Made a storyline.
Or something, but you coming out there with I'm going to shut you down. And
The other thing is, Brock Lesnar, what the hell is going on with him?
Brock's coming back. He's coming back shortly.
Is he?
This summer.
I figured you might know something about that, because I was wondering. Because I was really thinking about it, and I don't know if this was part of his contract or not, where he was supposed to take all this time off, or did he really get suspended because he blew his...
Oh, no, he's got one of them, contracts.
So he was supposed to go on vacation.
Yeah,
Okay. I assume...
the contracts, the guys like that, sign now, it's like, lucrative type.
Come back. Everybody knows he's got a 2-year deal, and I'm like, when does that 2-year deal start? Did it start at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Or does a 2-year deal technically start when he comes back? I don't know. But I was really starting to wonder, because I know he cut himself in WrestleMania, and then the next night he got suspended, and I thought, maybe he really got suspended, or I wasn't sure. But I'm glad to hear he's coming back, because that's my dude, and I will continue to root for him, just like Sting fans. I hope we'll continue to root for Sting. My whole thing is this. ROH. Poppin'!
ROH is the shit. I mean, they breed the best wrestlers.
Yeah.
Obviously, you see in Daniel Bryan's and CM Punk's and Kevin Steen's and Samoa Joe's. I mean... Cesaro, Seth Rollins. I mean, I can go on and on. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And that's just in like a 2 or 3 year period.
I mean, all those names I just named currently are in WWE. So
yeah, but they came from ROH.
Yeah,
and even after losing those 6 names, and even more than that, to these bigger companies, ROH is still putting on a show.
Right? Exactly. Like I said, they breed the best wrestlers, man.
ROH Best in the World's coming up, and I'm excited about it. I gotta see it. I'm gonna find a way to see it.
I like to see it myself.
So
I want Jay Lethal and Jay Briscoe. That's gonna be something, man.
I gotta see that match.
That's gonna be something. Yeah. I mean, ROH now they got another deal with Destination America. I mean, they're from being on the other networks. That's awesome, and it looks better too on Destination America. As opposed to what we got up here. I just hope that honestly they get on a network that's something more powerful than. I mean, Destination America is cool and it's blowing up, but I'd like to see something like right after, another, I don't know about USA or anything like that, if they would pick it up because of WWE, and I'm pretty sure
they probably can.
They got a lock on that, Vince and them, so, but that's what I'm saying, something like that'd be crazy, but I'm proud of them, man.
Yeah, you do develop pride watching ROH, because it's like you become a fan of guys who, for the most part, in the wrestling industry, are no names. And Kevin Steen for me was that first wrestler that I got to see go from ROH to WWE. Of course, I knew about CM Punk, I knew about Cesaro and guys like that. But by the time I actually started watching ROH, normally watching it every week and really paying attention to it, those guys had already moved on, and to me, I didn't know where they came from. But to see Kevin Steen, who Kevin Owens, to see him go from, and watching ROH, I'm like, he's one of the best they got, top 3 easily. It's him, and to see him move on, and I kind of wonder why isn't other guys moving on, but that's only in the hands of WWE and with their contracts currently.
I'm hearing that they're looking at some expiring TNA contracts, and it'll be interesting to see what'll happen there, because TNA has good wrestlers, and I'm thinking they might try to snap. Yeah, they might.
They might shut that down.
I'd
be sad personally. I'm not a huge fan of TNA. To me, everybody knows that we don't like SmackDown. Yeah. To me, TNA is almost the same as SmackDown. The difference for me is out of all the wrestling leagues, TNA has the best women's division, and that's what I talk
hands down.
About TNA.
I mean,
hands down.
I watched TNA.
They got the best.
You know, like I said, division. they got good wrestlers. I just there's something missing. It's just like, you know, a plate of food. You know, and it's just that one thing that's missing. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it right now, but it needs something. It needs the next.
You can almost tell.
Click or you know, big superstar that's gonna come there and just take it over. And I think is gonna Ethan Carter. They're about to bump him up. You know, I think it'd be a good idea to give him the title. You know, he's kind of like that. How Randy Orton came in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, even before Evolution. You know, kind of cocky and shit. And yeah, I like him. I like him. So, we'll see what happens. So what else we got, my friend?
I want to talk about the TED2 movie coming out.
TED2.
We've all seen the previews. I wasn't a huge fan of the first movie. I thought it was a good movie. It's not by any means a great movie, to me anyway. And I know there's a lot of Seth MacFarlane fans out there that are putting their thumbs down or flicking off the screen saying, that movie was the best movie ever, whatever. But to me, I seen the TED2 preview, and I knew the movie was coming out because I read it in a magazine about 2 months ago, and I thought, okay, let's see what they do with it. I'm loving the plot, at least as far as they're showing in the previews. I think it's great that they're getting Tom Brady in the movie. Anybody that's I don't like Tom Brady as a competitor because he plays for a different team. But as a public person, as somebody that most people are going to know, but there's going to be a few people out there that don't like football or don't watch football, and they're not going to know who he is. To me, it's great that this dude is going to be able to make fun of himself in a movie. And the whole plot line is that the bear, Ted, he wants to have a child, and they're trying to find a sperm donor, and they want Brady to be the sperm donor.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, and it just makes so much sense. Like, one of the scenes that they show in the previews is them sneaking into Tom Brady's home and trying to actually get.
That was Mark Wahlberg's idea too. That Boston shit.
Hell yeah! And immediately that's what I think about. Mark Wahlberg's obviously a Boston fan. In the first 10 movie, they talk about how much they love Tom Brady and how he could be the next Flash Gordon. So for me, it's like Tom Brady is already a part of the movies anyway. But the fact that they're actually bringing him in, and originally, like, you hear, the movie's gonna be about these guys trying to steal Tom Brady's sperm, and for me, it's kind of like you're never gonna see Tom Brady in the movie. Like, he'll never put himself in that movie, and then he did. So the fact that they actually got him to agree to come into this movie where he's going to be making fun of himself.
He's working on his condition. He has a condition. Douchebagness.
Whatever you want to say about Tom Brady, I still don't like the dude. From a competitive standpoint, and the whole Deflategate shit. But to be able to be a public person like that, kind of like what Peyton Manning does with all them commercials. To me, them commercials are hilarious, whether or not you like Peyton Manning or not.
And Saturday Night Live and shit, that shit is funny as hell.
To me, whether you like Peyton Manning or not, that shit is hilarious. Tom Brady was on Saturday Night Live way back. He did a skit where he couldn't throw a football into a hole, and it was freaking hilarious because you got little old ladies that are crippled, and they're like, and the ball goes in. They're at a carnival, and they're doing, I want to see more people do stuff like that. More athletes do stuff like that. Because you got guys, and I like to talk about the Lakers a lot, but you got guys like Kobe who is 100% about the game and doesn't want to do anything else but play the game and win and win championships. And if he loses, he doesn't need that excuse of, I was busy shooting a movie, so I wasn't completely focused. But I want to see dudes that are, not necessarily making movies, but, back into all media, be in a music video, be in a movie for 5 or 10 minutes. That's great to me. I'm glad about it, and I just think it's a great thing. And yeah, I probably will try to check that movie out when it comes out because it looks like it could be fucking hilarious.
Possible.
I think it'll be great. I think it'll be a great movie. I think that if you're watching a movie and you are a Tom Brady hater, you have to put that hate aside.
Oh yeah, no,
just for the movie.
Yeah, no, I mean,
don't let
entertainment's entertainment.
Don't
at
let
the end of the day.
Tom Brady spoil it for you. All right, because I'm telling you, there's got to be a joke in there about deflated balls. I'm just saying. They're trying to jack the dude's sperm. Yeah. There's got to be a joke about deflated balls. I'm just saying. You know it's in there. I'm predicting it.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed part 1, make sure to stay tuned for part 2.